This meeting is called to order. How are we doing, Adam?
All right.
And what are we doing? What's first?
Okay, item number one, a motion, Perry Park City and Administrative Officer to report relative to approval of the expansion of the Kedron Community Health Care Center located at 4211 South Avalon Boulevard, and authorization to negotiate a lease for the operation and maintenance of a community mental health center at the Gilbert W. Lindsay Community Center. This is a motion. Also, subsequent to the release of the agenda, we received a report from the CAO and relative to this subject, but it's not agenda.
Okay. Actually, we're going to continue at item one. There's no objection. We'll continue. And then we have a consent. We have actually quite a few consent items. Items 2. Do we have any cards on items? On any of these? No, we don't. Okay, so items 2, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Any objections to that?
No objections.
Okay, then that will be the order.
And Mr. Chair, just on the item on Ferndale, I'll work with Mike Scholl. Who's here from Reckitt Parks on Ferndale? On item 6? Is anybody here for item 6? You're with Reckitt Parks? So I'll work with Mike Scholl on that. Thank you.
Okay, then the committee directs Mr. LeBlanc to work with Mike.
Thank you.
Sure. We'll let everybody depart. Thank you for being here. We enjoyed your company. Thank you. Okay, we have a couple of receive and file items, items 3 and 4. If there's no objection, we will receive and file those items. And we actually have a couple items we're going to work on. Okay, item number 5.
Item number 5, City Attorney Report and Ordinance relative to amending the Los Angeles Municipal Code to establish closing and opening hours at Gladys Park.
We are graced with the presence of Eric Martel, representing Councilmember Huizar.
Good morning, Chair and council members. We're here in support of the ordinance that was drafted, but we have a technical amendment that the non-daylight saving operating hours be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. as instead of stated in the motion from 10 to 5, and we ask for your support.
Okay, could you restate that?
We're asking that the technical amendment be done to the motion and the draft ordinance that the non-daylight saving operating time hours be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So you're expanding the...
Correct, by an hour.
Okay. Everybody get that?
Great. And just one question. It's not a violation unless the door's locked, the gate's locked? Meaning, let's say at 5:30, somebody's late, and you're sitting on a park bench. It may say 5 o'clock it's closed, but you may not have a watch. So I just want to know, how do we enforce when it's closed? Meaning it's physically closed every day.
Yeah, we're asking actually GSD to actually
Not GSD, but LAPD.
LAPD now.
Yeah.
To close the gates in the morning, to open the gates in the morning and close the gates at night.
And promptly, but if they're late, it's not a violation, right? What's the enforcement on that? How are you going to deal with that?
I don't know. I would have to ask LAPD.
Well, just ask them when you work it that they would just say because you don't want people to be ticketed at 5:30 if the gate's still open. You know, it's very difficult.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Is Reckitt Parks here? I just want to ask, we are trying to standardize these closure times, so Mr. LeBlance's question is actually a very good one. I think we try to close them all at a particular time, right?
Darrell Ford Recreation Parks. So the parks have a varying park hours, although there is a standard which is in the code. We have been trying to move to standardize those for certain
Right.
parks, certain size parks, which some don't need to be open as late as the code would enable them to be. We'd like to move a lot of them more to sunrise and sunset, so we are attempting to bring more standardization to that.
So the reason Mr. LeBlance's question is so important is because in the general mindset, people in the public will think that we have this standardized time. What is that time?
I believe it's a close at 10:30 and it's an open at
5 to 10:30 is most of your big parks.
Yeah, I think it is 5, but that's the issue
So-
with the smaller parks is that, again, is at sunrise to sunset is a much more reasonable hours for a park that has no lighting, it has no activities after
Right,
dark.
so it does impose a change. So LAPD, for example, will be under this impression, generally speaking, the standardized park time. If you change that time, you probably will have times when the gates are going to be left open. And
Just to give a little bit more background, these are the hours that have been in place since 1988 as well. So it's something that the users of the park know what time the hours are. We just need to set it by ordinance because
Yeah.
this was a former CRA property.
Okay, yeah, so we don't question,
That's all-
we don't question
That's a
that.
horse of a different color.
We would approve
CRA.
it even without that, but yeah, that's what gives us a little more confidence
Got
in this.
it.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, so with that, this item is approved as amended, as recommended for amendment.
Correct.
Yeah, it'll also have to go back to the city attorney to redraft the ordinance to change the,
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure Councilmember Weezer's staff will. Oh, he left already.
You got the vote.
I'm not so sure they will follow up on that, but they'll figure it out sooner or later. All right. Okay, so that item is approved as recommended for amendment and will be referred to the city attorney to amend the ordinance, the draft ordinance. Okay, with that, we are on item number 8.
item number 8, this one will be in council tomorrow. CLA report in response to motion relative to review of proposed amendments to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum Management Agreement currently pending before the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum Commission.
Yeah, are you here to speak for Mr. Weston, or? No, what?
No, but there is an amendment for
No,
this.
you had your paper up like you were going to say something. I don't know.
He's from the CLA. He's on his report today.
Oh, you're reporting on it. Okay, great. I knew he's important in this one.
Good morning, Jerry Barnes, CLA. The CLA recommendation in the report should be amended to read, the CLA recommends that the council approve the proposed Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum Management Agreement of 2013 with the provision that the council requests that the mayor appoint the council member of the district within which the Coliseum is contained as the city representative serving the Coliseum Commission.
Okay, and does that position have an alternate?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it has an alternate established in the new agreement as well as the old agreement.
Okay, and who appoints that alternate?
I believe it would be the city representative.
The city representative? You mean the council member?
Yeah, so whoever's representing the city,
But in this case, it's the council member of the district.
we're recommending that the mayor appoint the council member of the district
okay.
within which the Coliseum is contained.
How's it done now? I'm
And-
just curious.
Right now, it's the council with the approval of the mayor, and the new agreement states that the mayor is doing the approving. We're recommending that the mayor appoint the council member of the district within which the Coliseum is contained, which right now would be District
Okay.
8.
Well, okay, but I think the president of the council should appoint.
I do too.
the alternate.
I think it should be that. I don't know why the CLA would recommend otherwise.
Well,
It's not the MLA, it's the CLA.
I don't think the president has a problem with the mayor making the appointment for the regular appointment, but for the alternate, I would like to amend this so that the president will designate the alternate.
Well, I would just say what we're doing, the Coliseum Commission is contracting now with this new agreement. And it'll be 3 members, a state member, a county member, and then a city member. And I just think most of these appointments are done by the president of the city council. Although in this particular case here, the president of the park commission can be selected to serve on this because it is at Expo Park. Since it's being contracted, I would just think I would recommend in a minority report that it be with the president of the city council if we go to council together.
Has the CLA consulted with the president of the council on this matter?
Not to my knowledge, no.
So I would just say, Richard, if we go a minority report, that there be the president of the city council selected, as been the historic past on this issue here.
And this is in council tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, we could make a majority report that we see the council president selected on that. And I don't think that would be, that's what I would feel. I don't know why that we would give this to the mayor, to whoever the mayor is, you know. And this
Hold on just a second.
Yeah,
Let me consult with Mike.
consult with your mayor. A consultant, dear. Excuse me.
Why is the CLA changing it?
So the initial recommendation was that the CLA, or that the council do the approving or do the appointing. Now the CLA recommends that the mayor do the appointing as the new agreement is written, but that the council requests that
But
appointment.
why? What is the rationale for changing how we do it?
Well, in the amended agreement, so basically there's a new agreement, and in the new agreement, the mayor is doing the appointing, and the council approves. In the old agreement, the council did the appointing, and the mayor approved.
I don't think
You're
so.
not answering my question. Why is there a change? Why is the CLA recommending a change?
To our own recommendation.
Yeah. No, not to your recommendation. You're recommending that we change it to have the mayor appoint.
No, so in the new agreement, the mayor is doing the appointing. We're just recommending that the mayor appoint the council member from the district where the Coliseum is contained. So in the new agreement,
Where the new agreement is,
the new agreement states that the mayor of the city of Los Angeles appoints the city representative, and that the council
then tell me,
approves it.
where did this new agreement come from? It was negotiated
It was drafted by the Coliseum Commission.
by the Coliseum Commission.
Yeah, so it's
Which
the
is-
amended and restated management agreement of
And-
2013.
So is that negotiated by the mayor's office?
I'm not sure who negotiated.
Can I help
that.
you? I'm an alternate on the Coliseum Commission. I see a fine deputy from the 9th there, as well
I
as
can
the
see
8th.
why the president
Okay.
wants to have the alternate
Well-
under his,
They're contracting this whole thing. The whole formation of the Coliseum Commission, which included 3 members from the county, from the city, and the state, is now contracting to, instead of 9 members, 3 members. So in the agreement that you have right there, specifically, Mr. Parks put the motion in, and his deputy's here if she wants to address it, and stated that it should be the council person of the district appointed by the mayor. And the alternate, I believe, should be appointed by the president of the city council. I don't have that document in front of me. If you want to come and help us, it would help us.
the document doesn't have the mayor appointing the alternate. That was the amendment that I
Okay.
introduced, but with regard to the mayor appointing,
Good morning, Port Vidoshi with Councilmember Park's office. I think what the intent was to keep the mayor as the appointee of whoever serves on the Coliseum Commission, with a strong emphasis that he should place the council member whose district it is.
so the mayor always appointed that person?
But the alternate, I don't believe the council member has a preference on that, on the
I
alternate.
don't think the mayor is always
Second.
appointed. The city council president appoints who's on the Coliseum Commission right now.
Okay.
That's who makes that appointment.
Yeah, so
Board of
I'm
Parks
curious about the
Commissioner.
change, and I need, what I am not hearing is whether there is concurrence with the mayor-elect and the council president. It's not even close to my district, so I just want to be mindful of the protocols.
Yeah.
So, and the current council member of the district is who?
Jan Perry.
Jan Perry. So she is, who is the councilman-elect for that district?
Current price.
Corinne Price.
Yeah.
So if the mayor appoints the council member of the district by this agreement, which is
By this
what it's
agreement.
suggesting, then it's going to be Corinne Price.
Okay.
Okay, the question is whether the councilmember Wesson, politically speaking, I don't think he has any problem with Corinne Price being the person. So however you do it, I think it's going to end up being Corinne Price. The question is, then, and I know the president doesn't have a problem with appointing the alternate, and I don't think anybody has a problem with the president appointing the alternate. The question is, why are we changing and allowing the mayor to appoint
I
the,
think the current agreement
yeah.
has the mayor appointing whoever. It doesn't specify.
I understand that, but I'm not.
It also has the mayor
That
appointing
doesn't
the
drive me.
alternate.
I don't report to the mayor. I
Yeah.
report to
So then
Mr.
the-
Wesson.
So then, when the CLA's report, they recommended that the city council, or what did you recommend?
If I could just
Our,
clarify,
our recommendation is that the mayor appoint the council member with where the Coliseum is contained, so.
So
Okay,
then-
let's
Serves the
do
district
first
within
things
which the
first.
Coliseum is contained.
Mr. Bonds, you don't have a problem with amending this so that the president of the council appoints the alternate, correct?
I have no.
Okay, so then-
I think the president of the
that will
council
be our amendment.
should
The
appoint
only-
everything since it's reduced to
Well, I
one
just
member.
want one thing at a time.
Right.
You don't have a problem with the president appointing the alternate?
No.
Okay, so let's just include that as part of the amendment. The question is, why don't we do a no recommendation and let the council president figure out who appoints the primary person?
Very good.
Okay,
And,
so we'll make no
Yes.
recommendation with
That'd
regard,
be the council district of the area. The only thing I would just say to that, if, and John Farrar was on the Coliseum Commission for many years,
Yeah.
and he spent a lot of blood and sweat on that field. If there is a council member, an athlete, male or female in the future from the city at large, if, Charles White was a council member from San Fernando High in your district, and he would be an ideal candidate for the Coliseum. That's the thing I didn't want to give up. But I'm open to go ahead as you recommend it right now.
I think
that
that's
there
what
be
the
one.
new CLA recommendation allows for. So currently, the CLA recommendation in the report says
Oh.
that the mayor should absolutely choose
yeah,
council members
yeah,
of the district.
and that's,
But
the CLA is making a recommendation based on the agreement. And in other words, the agreement's fine as far as they're concerned. The real question is, have Mr. Wesson and Mr. Garcetti, do they have a definitive position on this? And we're in no position to say. So what I'd like to do
This
is,
motion came by way of Mr. Park's interest, not that of Mr. Wesson or
Exactly.
the mayor or this
So-
firm or others.
because Mr. Parks is no longer the council member of the district, with all due respect to his experience, I really think this is a decision that has to be made between Mr. Garcetti and Mr. Wesson.
Right, and he just introduced the motion because
Exactly.
the Science Center Board is voting on this tomorrow. So he wanted the city to be able to weigh in on what they recommended in terms
Right.
of this report.
So I suggest we make no recommendation with regard to the primary appointment, and that we amend the agreement to allow the president to appoint the alternate, and in the interim, we would ask that the president of the council meet with Mr. Garcetti, the mayor-elect, and decide which one wants to do the primary appointment. As I understand it, I don't believe the president minds, but he, I'm sure if you would designate, he would accept that responsibility. So, but I think we need clarification on that one. Okay?
Okay, I would recommend, just to let you know, that the president of the council appoint whoever and it be unlimited to where it would be. But I will go ahead with the committee and just this recommendation, no recommendation. But I would strongly
And
feel it should be
I would support that. I would support
because
that
there
as
could be
well.
someone who's not pro Exposition Park, pro Coliseum, pro museum, or whatever the thought may be at the time, and be a district representative, so who knows?
Well, let me be honest.
What the amendment is allowing for.
Yeah, well,
But
I would, honestly,
Yeah.
with all the problems that the Coliseum has had in recent years, I think we need to get as many perspectives on that board as possible.
Well, it's being contracted from 9 to 3. That's why this is here before us.
Yeah,
There's no longer 9 members after this new agreement.
exactly. But we need,
Let's go to council.
but I think we need to have as many perspectives on there as possible. And I think that's why Mr. Wesson had no problem with the mayor doing the appointment.
Okay.
But we'll let them figure that out.
Very good.
Adam, did you get the recommendation?
Any letter from the mayor?
Recommendation to amend the agreement such as to have the president of the council appoint the alternate city member, and then the rest of it is a no recommendation as far as the rest of the CLA actions. Is that correct?
Well, no, with regard to the primary appointment
Oh.
only, all other recommendations are fine.
Okay. I'm gonna-
Okay, with that, so the matter is approved as amended. Did you want to make a comment?
So no recommendation on the primary, and the council president recommends the alternate.
Right.
Appoints the
Now,
alternate.
they're going to have to take this back, right? To the commission, or? Commission has to agree.
There's a commission meeting on the 5th, which is Wednesday, after council, I believe.
Okay, so we'll hopefully we'll have this all resolved by tomorrow.
So, okay.
Okay, great.
Sounds
So,
good.
Mr. Chair, for clarity, that would be the president of the council appointing the alternate or the primary?
The alternate,
Alternate, okay, very good.
and no recommendation on the primary,
Right.
but all other CLA recommendations are approved. And Mr. Labange concurs.
Very good.
Thank you. I believe we don't have any public comment cards,
There's nothing.
so we are done. Thank you very much. This meeting is adjourned.